and threatening to.
A police officer is under investigation tonight following an undercover report by the NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit. The Internal Affairs Division is looking into whether the officer violated department policy in a verbal tirade we caught on camera. Senior investigative reporter Vicki Nguyen first exposed the confrontation. She joins us now with details on this new investigation. Vicki.
Last month, we took our undercover cameras to a San Francisco street corner to show you a marketplace where stolen goods are sold right out in the open. We didn't expect to record a plainclothes San Francisco police officer approaching a group of minorities and threatening to deport them. In San Francisco, the corner of 7th and Market is a bustling hotspot for hot merchandise.
Grab me, bro.
Last month, we set up Watch to document the exchange of stolen goods.
25 for all of them.
Everything from crab meat to raw steaks.
I just rolled it out 10 minutes ago. Make me an offer.
But what surprised us most, an exchange between an SFPD officer and a group of Asian and Hispanic men.
You know what? Because people like you come down here and buy it, you know.
Our cameras happened to be rolling as he made deportation threats in one of the most ardent sanctuary cities in the world.
Yeah, wait till we get INS involved in it too. It's going to be awesome. We're going to ship everybody back to their own country.
The officer, in plain clothes, arrived with 2 others and seemed unconcerned about revealing his team had the area under surveillance.
You know what we've been doing? I've been taking your picture. I've been taking your picture. We're taking a lot of pictures. We got some fun shit coming from you guys. Oh, no. We took your picture. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't do nothing. Wait till they make picture for me.
Oh, yeah. Wait till we get INS involved in it too. It's going to be awesome. We're going to ship everybody back to their own country.
But San Francisco police policy clearly states officers shall not enforce immigration laws or assist in the enforcement of immigration laws. The only exception is to back up federal agents in significant danger.
This was a situation where the officer did not know that he was being filmed and obviously felt free to threaten people.
Jeff Adachi is the San Francisco public defender. He's tried more than 150 jury cases since taking office in 2002. Several involved SFPD and discrimination. Could this just be a one-off statement, a frustrated officer lashing out?
I understand that police officers can be frustrated. They're trying to do their jobs, but it's still no excuse.
A police roster obtained by NBC Bay Area reveals badge 656 belongs to Officer Joshua N. Fry. SFPD declined to comment because of the ongoing investigation, but confirmed Fry has been with the department for 10 years. We learned Officer Fry has been on camera before. YouTube video from 2011 shows Fry in a confrontation with local rapper Fly Benzo after the officer unplugged a boombox playing loud music. When Benzo refused Fry's commands to stop recording, the officer moved forward and tried to slap the phone out of Benzo's hand. A jury later found Benzo guilty of misdemeanor obstruction of an officer.
But as you know, there was a recent NBC segment.
San Francisco Supervisor Jane Kim represents District 6, where the incident occurred. After seeing our report, she requested a briefing from SFPD and questioned Police Chief William Scott during a supervisor's meeting.
And so I'm curious, what follow-up has occurred after that incident?
That incident is under investigation by Internal Affairs. We do not engage in the work of enforcement for immigration laws. It's very clear, as a matter of fact, and if that's violated, then disciplinary matters have been and will be taken.
For a department trying to rebuild public trust, Adachi says this incident exposes how much work remains.
This is something that should be investigated. Hopefully there'll be a strong edict from the chief and from the SFPD saying this is not going to be tolerated.
We reached out to Officer Fry, but he declined to comment for our report. The department, meanwhile, is not saying whether he is still on the job as this investigation unfolds, but SFPD says it is now updating its 22-year-old policy on officers' enforcement of immigration laws. It has also reminded all officers about its rules. With the investigative unit, I'm Vicki Nguyen. Back to you.
San Francisco officer caught making deportation threat. The San Francisco Police Department Internal Affairs Division is investigating whether one of its officers violated department policy by telling a group of minorities we're going to ship everybody back to their own country and threatening to involve federal immigration agents. The NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit captured the officer's comments on camera last month as part of an unrelated hidden camera investigation looking into the black market for stolen merchandise in downtown San Francisco. The video shows Officer Joshua N. Fry approaching a group of Asian and Hispanic men standing near the BART station at 7th Street and Market in San Francisco. The area is known as a hotspot for hot merchandise where people can be found selling everything from designer UGG boots to deeply discounted crate and barrel coffee presses, even frozen ground turkey and marinated tri-tip and steaks lifted from nearby grocery stores. As the investigative unit surveilled the corner, Officer Fry, wearing sunglasses, a hooded sweatshirt, and badge number 656 around his neck, walked into the area along with two other plainclothes officers. To a pair of gray-haired Asian men, he said, "Hey, you know why people steal stuff? Because people like you come down here and buy their expletive all day. But you know what we've been doing, we've been taking your picture." Fry seemed unconcerned about revealing his team had the area under surveillance. "I've been taking your picture," he said, pointing to a Hispanic man. "We're taking a lot of pictures. We have some fun expletive coming for you guys, just wait." The Hispanic man asked, "I don't do nothing, why do you take picture of me?" To which Fry responded, "Oh yeah, wait till we get INS Immigration and Naturalization Services involved in here too, it's going to be awesome. We're going to ship everybody back to their own country." INS was dissolved in 2003 and the enforcement of federal immigration law is now handled by Homeland Security Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. But San Francisco Police Department policy established in 1995 still refers to INS. It instructs officers that they are not to enforce immigration law or work with INS unless those agents are in significant danger. The SF Police Commission is in the process of updating its policy on the enforcement of immigration laws after NBC Bay Area inquired about the outdated references to INS. SFPD policy regarding enforcement of immigration law. The investigative unit learned Officer Fry has been on camera before. YouTube video from 2011 shows Fry in a confrontation with local rapper Debray Fly Benzo Carpenter after the officer unplugged a boombox playing loud music. When Carpenter refused Fry's commands to stop recording with his phone, the officer moved forward and tried to slap the phone out of Carpenter's hand. A jury later found Carpenter guilty of misdemeanor obstruction of an officer. Officer Fry declined to comment for this story.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But you know, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, you know, at least I can do it. You know, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.